It was mom and dad, barely mommy and daddy. It was mom and dad, and neither was love.
Food on the table.
He smokes in the chair, she cooks in the kitchen. I sit at the table and count to 10.
We put food on the table.
Une,
Food on the table, that is our job.
trois,
We put food on the table. Every night, 7 o'clock, there is food on the table.
10. French. It was in French.
A glass table with a chandelier hanging overhead and a Persian rug underneath.
French in middle school, Spanish in high school.
A Persian rug underneath. A real one.
Tutors in French and Spanish in middle and high school, right after soccer practice or Model United Nations. A's in every class, algebra, biology, orchestra, geography. I was the only one who knew every country in Africa.
Persian rugs are quite ugly. To me, they are quite ugly.
Do you know every country in Africa? Africa is a continent. Did you know Africa is a continent? Some people don't know.
They're ugly, but I bought it. I saw it for about $1,000. I thought it was the ugliest rug in the store. There was a plush gray one for $150 I liked more, but I could afford the Persian rug, so I bought the Persian rug. I bought the glass table, even though it smudges, even though the heat from the food can fog it, make it foggy, and I have to wipe it down every day. I still bought the glass table. We bought the chandelier, even though I thought it'd fall on us in the middle of dinner one day for one of us. He'd crash down and break one of our necks.
I know everything. No, I don't. I know as much as I can know. I meant to know everything.
I bought them because we could afford them. For him, I'd never thought I could ever afford an ugly Persian rug and a glass table that smudged and a chandelier that could drop down and kill us.
I meant to be everything. But I cannot be everything. But I can be
disappointing.
I am Imani, and Imani means faith in Swahili, and Imani is the 7th day of Kwanzaa. 7 candles on the kinara. It goes Umoja, Kujichagulia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kumba, then Imani last.
There was a point when I did not ever think I could afford all of these things or that I could put food on the table, let alone a glass table.
I held her in my arms and I named her Imani.
Imani will never have to worry or think that she cannot afford Persian rugs, glass tables, chandeliers, food on the table.
I hate Imani.
It is the 7th day of Kwanzaa. It means faith in our community, in God, in yourself.
Something about the name Imani, something about the way it sounds, something about how it's said, something about Imani I just don't like.
I had faith in her. She would be
my mother.
Great.
She fed us whatever she could. When she could. She'd feed us and we'd wonder why her spot on the table was empty. Why it had no plate.
I told her to be great. I taught her to be great. I told her.
She'd eat Spam in the back. She'd steal food from her job. She worked as a nurse, and she'd steal pudding cups and saltines, toilet paper, and paper plates, anything she could. She provided what she could, but I was still...
She could be great.
hungry.
I am going to become a lawyer.
Summers were horrible as a child because school lunches were the only times I ate. Sometimes in summers I was so hungry. Imani will never be hungry.
I'm going to become a lawyer and marry a nice man a black man, Columbia grad. We will be Claire and Cliff Huxtable. We will be Michelle and Barack Obama, Jada and Will Smith. We are not. I am not a statistic. I'm not a tragic story. My father did not want me to be a tragic black story. He had.
Faith.
He was.
I taught her how to win.
He was horrible, cold, gone in the morning and silent at dinner, angry in the afternoon because a B is not an A and an A minus is not an A plus and good enough is not what you are.
I taught her how to win, how to not accept any answer except for the one she wanted in sports, in school, in life, because the world will tell you no and you'll have to fight to get a yes. I taught her how to fight so she could get her yes.
Twice as good. I have to be twice as good.
Imani will be.
Imani must
I
be
have to be
twice as good.
I'm in college now. In only one of my economics classes is there another black girl. There are only 2 of us in my economics class. Only 2. The rest are white, and I am twice as good as them and 4 times as good as the black girl in my economics class.
It is the same for my husband.
There are some lessons you must be taught, and it is the parent's responsibility to be the teacher. I had no father, I had no mother. The world taught me my lessons. They were much harsher than the words that come out of my mouth that Imani hears.
I am good.
We did not have what Imani has, what we make sure Imani has.
If she were a boy, a black boy, a young black boy, I would have sat him down and told him not to look a white man in the eye long enough for them to call it assault, and not to stand next to a white woman long enough for them to call it rape, and all the other lessons a black man must learn, the lessons that I had to learn. But she's not a boy. She's a girl. She's a woman. She's a woman who will win, who will succeed and surpass. She's going out into the world better off than I did, than her mother ever did, than most black children ever do. Her finish line is much closer than ours. I made sure of it.
It's all competition. Dad said, do
Do
not go into anything without knowing that you can win. I can win.
Do not regret putting my daughter ahead of everyone else. She will not have to catch up as I did.
Maybe we did not.
Of course I love
I will win.
my daughter.
Maybe we did not give her.
It's not wrong for me to love.
We did not know how to give her
What she will become
all of our love.
more.
She is older now, and I am beginning to think, no. Stands here and wash dishes and cook food, and she has grown. She no longer counts her French at the table. She's no longer here. And I think that maybe Persian rugs and glass tables and chandeliers and money in your account and Ivy League colleges.
Because what she will become is great, better than what she is now. Not that what she is not good or great now, but in the future she will be
Maybe that is not enough to know that you are loved.
better.
Because my mother did not have rugs or tables or any of that, any of this, and she was not able to give us any of this, and I still knew I was loved. I still felt her love, and I worry now. that I cannot hear her counting, now that I cannot look in her face. I worry that Imani does not know that she is loved.
I have to be
Good
enough and
Twice
as
as
good.
good.
I will not be a statistic.
Statistic.
I must win. And this will not stop me from winning. It will not stop me from winning. I will not let it stop me from winning, from being good, from being Claire, Michelle, Jada. I will not let it stop me.
I hope that when she has a daughter,
I made a mistake.
I hope we did not make her unsure of how to love her daughter. Or any person.
It was the
That is a while for me.
first time.
There's still time.
It was the first time. It was my first time, and it was for me. Everything else I do for them, or to prove a point, or to win, or to succeed, not ever really for me. This was supposed to be for me. Supposed to be something good and secret and easy for me.
I can fix it later. There's still time.
No, I do not have any regrets. I cannot.
When I was younger, my mother stood in the kitchen, her back to me. My father smoked in his chair, and I counted at the table. All I knew was my mother's back. She did not hold me and wipe away any tears. All I knew was my father's disappointment. He yelled at me. He broke me down, then built me back up from those same broken pieces. He built me back up, but he never quite got the image right. The person he wanted. I'll be the person he wanted. I'll be the person a mother can turn around for.
She knows now.
The only time they loved me was when I won. When I brought home something good, something better, something great. They loved me when I was winning, so nothing will stop me from winning.
She knows how to fight, how to get her yes, not to accept a no. She will win for the rest of her life because she does not know any differently. I did not teach her differently. I taught her how to win.
If there is something in me, I will carve it out of me. Because I will not bring another Imani into a world where she will feel as if she is never, can never be good enough. And as long as she would stay inside me, she'd be good enough, she'd be perfect. But the moment she came out, she'd be less than. She'd have to become twice as good and count in French, learn Spanish, and sacrifice what she loves and what she wants for what she was taught to get. And I will not bring another Imani into the world, and I will not let another Imani hold me back from becoming what I am meant to be. I will cut her out like I cut everything else out.
If I were to have regrets, would all that have been for nothing? I'm not one to waste words or time, and I did not waste words or time with Imani. She knows now. I will not waste words or time on thinking about what I have already done. I cannot. I will not.
When I was young, I wanted to create. I wanted to make movies and novels and paintings. But that was not the image my parents made for me. So I'm in college now. I will become a lawyer and marry a black man and be Claire, Michelle, Jada. I sacrificed that and countless other things to become the winner I was meant to be, and I will not let anything stop me. And I am.
She knows I love her.
Sorry.
She knows.
I'm so sorry.
She is very intelligent.
It'll break me. It'll shatter me more than anything or anyone ever did. It'll split me in two, but don't you see, there's no room for you. And how could I? I wouldn't even begin to know how.
She does not need words.
I don't even love me. I can't love you.
To know that she is loved.